Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be discussing My Lovely Bunny by Sakana Tojo. Before we get started, there will be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiling this manga, go ahead and click off now. No worries, I'll catch you next time. For those of you left behind, let's go over some content warnings. There may be references to minors working illegally, violence, voyeurism, and implied incestuous feelings, as these things do appear in the manga. If that's all good with you, let's go ahead and get started. As always, let's start with synopsis. Uito and Sai have known each other since they were children, and, unknowingly to each other, that love grew deeper and deeper until in middle school they confessed their romantic feelings at the risk of their friendship. Thankfully, it all worked out, and they've been dating ever since. Unfortunately, in high school, they try to express their love for each other physically, and while they do get chances here and there, it's nowhere near enough to sate their lust for one another. Thankfully, with the support of their few trusted relatives, they're able to enjoy their high school romance. But no matter how much time they spend together, it just never is enough. They can't wait to graduate high school so they can move in together. Until then, they'll take advantage of every opportunity they can. If young love can last a lifetime, Yuito and Sai are determined to make theirs go the distance. Now, do I even need to talk about the art? This is Sakana Tojo. I've reviewed a couple of works by this artist at this point, and though this is the oldest I've done this far, it's still so strong. The style is very, very sketchy, more so than the others I've reviewed thus far. Understandable though, since this is older. So if you want something super clean and pristine, this isn't for you. It's worth mentioning that this isn't as soft as their other work, but still very nice overall. Their catalog is stunning, and I don't think you can go wrong with this artist. Something important to note though is that if you're looking for something with a plot, this hardly has the tiniest shred of it. That's not a bad thing. The reason there's hardly any plot is because it's almost entirely focused on the relationship between our two main characters. It's a smutty fluff fest. Within the first few pages, we're treated to an in-progress heavy petting session, so we're thrown right into it from the jump. We're seeing a pre-established couple, so there's very little fuss. They are a very affectionate and intimate couple, and we learn throughout the volume that they've known each other since childhood, giving them the strong foundation we see in their relationship. It's a really fuzzy feeling and spicy read, which is a nice change of pace from the darker series out there. Before I go much further, I have to mention how much I love Yuito. He's so freaking cute and probably my favorite character archetype of all time. He's cold and even gruff with people, but with Sai, he melts into a cuddly puddle. He's also slightly taller than Sai, but he's the bottom, which is just everything. He's adored Sai since they were kids and would do anything for him. Plus, Sunshine Sai being able to tame the wolf Yuito into a bunny just brings me so much joy. I love this pair, if you can't tell. You really believe in their chemistry. Now, this had the makings of a near perfect read, but then we get the very last extra chapter. There's a short bit in the beginning of the story where our two lovebirds are finally having some intimate alone time at home when Yuito's sister comes home early, though it's clear she knows what they're up to, seeing as she emphasized she wouldn't be coming home that night so they could have the house to themselves. Beyond that one little moment, we never hear anything further about the sister dropping by that night. In the extra chapter, however, it's revealed that she actually spies on her brother having sex. And not just spying, but seemingly enjoying it? I thought I knew all my icks by now, but a sister with possible incest tendencies spying on her brother having sex, commenting on his body, all but salivating to it, gross. I think the intent is that she's supposed to be the supportive, albeit perverted, sister, but it just comes off as perverted. The end. I suppose she might be a mirror for us, the readers, watching these two fall deeper in love and having sex, which might have been clever and also an interesting commentary on Fujoshi culture, but it's Uito's sister. That additional element of her being the sister just saps out any interesting representation or analysis that might have been had from this scene. I can't fathom how this was seen as a good idea, nor do I understand what it adds to the series. Again, this would have been near perfect without that uncomfortable and icky ending. With all that being said, this very easily could have made it into my favorites. I'm a sucker for Sakana Tojo as it is, and the lack of major plot lends itself well to the overall fluffy feel-good moments as well as the seemingly endless intimacy. Even the side couple toward the end is fun with a bratty bottom and his boss top. That would have been a satisfying ending, but then we get the weird, possibly incestuous voyeur sister. If you avoid that final chapter, this is definitely worth a read, but it's hard to recommend this because of that last bit. So, have you read My Lovely Bunny? If so, what do you think? Do you agree with my assessment? Do you not? Let me know and comment below. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye!